Patriots and Eagles held a joint practice Wednesday, a chance for the ghost of A.J. Brown past to meet the ghost of A.J. Brown present. Brown spent the past 4 seasons in Philly before being traded to New England this offseason. The star wideout said any bad feelings about how things ended in Philly remain in the rearview mirror.
What was it like being back on the practice field with AJ?
I think it was a great day out here. I know he's going out there and competing. Got a lot of love for him, always have. It seems like it was competitive practice.
AJ, this senior forward team give you any sort of closure?
Closure? No, it's not about no closure or anything, man. It's love. You know, I won a Super Bowl ring with them, and it's always be love, no matter how anyone feels. You know, I love Philly, and I will always love Philly, but I'm here now.
Have you talked to Jalen since the trade?
No.
Agent, how did you leave things with him?
Philly, man, y'all tough, man. Man, it's love. But listen. I honestly, guys, none of that stuff even matters. Yeah, I think you all should want to report something positive. You know, asking the question is going to turn negative. So let's not get into that. And let's keep everything positive. It's love my way, and just move forward. That's all.
Where's the fun and the positive, right? Here's what the Eagles are losing and what the Pats are gaining in Brown. The 3-time Pro Bowler has the most 1,000-yard receiving seasons in Eagles history with 4. He also set single-season records for receiving yards in a season with nearly 1,500 in 2022 and receptions with 106 in 2023. Sal Paolantonio has more.
Of course, the big headline out of the first day of practices between the Eagles and the Patriots is that A.J. Brown is still not talking to Jalen Hurts. Now, that may change in the next couple of days, but for me, the big picture matters much, much more. The Patriots are 3 weeks away from getting on a plane and leaving Foxborough, going out to Seattle for the NFL opener for a rematch of Super Bowl 60. It matters much, much more that A.J. Brown is on the same page with his young quarterback, Drake May. And when you watch these practices against the Eagles today, that was very apparent. A.J. Brown caught 6 of 7 balls. They seem to have an effortless connection. They're working on it after practice in the film room. It's clear they have communication, collaboration, and commitment to get better, and it showed out in this field in these joint practices that they are getting better in the passing game, which was the mandate to get back to the Super Bowl. At the joint practices in Foxborough, I'm Sal Paolantonio, ESPN.
Elsewhere, another hold-in is over. Buccaneers defensive tackle Vita Vea reached an agreement with the team on a 1-year extension. According to our Jeremy Fowler, it's worth a cool $30 million. Prior to the start of camp, Vea had requested a trade. In 8 seasons, Vita Vea is a 2-time Pro Bowler. Ahead on SportsCenter, off a season in which Arch Manning had all eyes on him, why 2026 could be different for the Texas quarterback. Plus, hitting your first professional home run is a moment and
kind of defensive weapon. Jason Statham. Just look how calm he is.
Odds to win the national championship, best of any SEC team, despite Georgia being slight favorites to win the SEC championship. The Big Ten has 3 favorites to win it all, with Ohio State, Oregon, and the reigning champions Indiana rounding out the top 6 at plus 900. It is so great to welcome in my guy, ESPN college football analyst Sam Acho, for more. Acho, this is effectively year 3 for Arch, year 2 as the full-time starter. How can Manning live up to the sky-high expectations he brought with him to Austin?
Well, it's not just him. I think everyone else around Arch Manning needs to live up to those standards at Texas as well. I got a chance to be around Arch a couple times over this last offseason. You could see that he's matured a good bit, and that's positive. But the people around him, the new weapons, guys like Cam Coleman, guys like some transfers like Hollywood Smothers, those are opportunities for him to be able to take some pressure off of him, along with an offensive line that'll be better as well. I understand that the left tackle right now is battling injury, but all that being said, it's the weapons around him. And oh, by the way, the defense needs to play significantly better as well. Defensively, they added Will Muschamp and Blake Gideon back to the coaching staff, and Colin Simmons is led the SEC last year in sacks. And so defensively, you have one of the best players in the nation, along with a dominant and premier coaching staff.
Yeah, Simmons is outstanding, and you said it. Remember the name Cam Coleman, the Auburn transfer wideout, could have a superstar season there in Austin. Sam, elsewhere in the SEC, Lane Kiffin, of course, taking over in Baton Rouge at LSU. Tough schedule out of the gate, Acho. How does he get the Tigers off to a strong start?
Well, I think both of us got some purple on to try to help out Lane Kiffin just a little bit, because 3 of those first 4 games are beasts. They play Clemson week 1, September 5th. Backdoor that 2 weeks later, they play an Ole Miss team that's going to be angry, that's going to want retribution for their coach who left. And oh, by the way, after that, they're going to play a talented A&M team in week 4. My question for LSU is, how do they handle the test early on? They have a transfer quarterback in Sam Levitt from Arizona State who's coming off of injury. He's supposedly going to be healthy, but it's still going to be a test. And we talked about it. All eyes are going to be on Lane Kiffin, on that offense. The defense should be solid, but man, it's going to be a lot of tests early on for LSU.
Levitt, you may recall, won a Big 12 championship 2 years ago with the Sun Devils. And then, Acho, in the Big 10, preseason number 1 Ohio State lost 3 key defensive starters in the first 11 picks in the April NFL draft. So how do the Buckeyes reload and remain tops in college football?
I mean, that's still going to be my biggest question. Offensively, Jeremiah Smith is a Heisman Trophy candidate, as is their quarterback, Julian Sand. But defensively, you're not just losing talent in some of those names, Sonny Styles, Alvaro Reese, but you're also losing leadership in guys like Caleb Downs. Last year, Caleb Downs, and even the year before, was one of the best players in the entire country. Could have been the number 1 overall pick if you could argue safeties were valued more, right? But they're losing that leadership on the defensive side of the ball. And I understand Matt Patricia is an outstanding coordinator. He showed what he could do last year. But it's not just the production or the talent, but it's the leadership that needs to be replaced on the opposite side of the ball from Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sand.
Right. And also Chris Henry Jr. and Brandon Innes. Maybe they outscore everybody this year. That's just simply the way to do it. It is great to be talking ball again with my guy, Sam Acho. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Casey.
All right, still to come. This.
And my ground on where we're at on that one. Which I believe I said wing T, right? Was it
yes,
wing
you
T?
did. You went cutesy on me, and I I allowed it then, and obviously I'll do my best to allow it here.
This is what I'll say, Rich. Yes. Come out here. The cameras are here. You love the cameras. Come here. Yes. See the cameras. You can see it with your own eyes what we're doing.
Well, I mean, that means we have to get on a plane. I'm zooming with you right now. You know, I could
a road trip, PCH.
Okay. PCH all the way up to Seattle. Okay, I got it. Is it so?
Hop on your Harley and just hop on, just get rolling.
Is it? How about this? Is it different from last year? Is it different from last year? How about that?
It is different. We have a new OC.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew. So we do have a new OC. He's different than our old one. That's where we're at.
All right, but same old QB, man, right? Same old Sam Darnold. He hasn't changed a bit.
He hasn't changed a bit. Still loves his macaroni and fried chicken. He's doing a great job.
All right. Do you guys use as a shoulder chip the fact that, again, your former team in Los Angeles might get Aaron Donald back, and everybody thinks that's the end of that? Like, you're the defending Super Bowl champs. Are you guys?
Yeah, I believe last time I was on here, I said I nipped that in the butt. Clearly, he didn't listen. Right. That seems like
all right.
a ship sailed, but it's gonna be great. I mean.